This is your AESH Electric Energy News Minute for Tuesday, December 21, 2021. In mainstream news, CNBC reports Daimler Truck spin-off trades higher in market debut in Frankfurt. Daimler Truck, a spin-off from the main parent firm Daimler, began trading on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange on Friday. Shares of the truck firm opened at €28 and gradually rose to €29.88 by mid-morning. The debut is considered to be a market listing rather than a full initial public offering. Daimler Truck is one of the world's largest commercial vehicle manufacturers and has more than 100,000 employees and 40 production sites. Bloomberg headline: Apollo's Athene buys clean energy loan firm Petros Pace backed by ex-Yankee A-Rod. Apollo Global Management's Athene Holding Limited has agreed to buy Petros Pace Finance LLC, an advisory firm for commercial property loans that caught the attention and backing of former Major League Baseball star Alex Rodriguez in 2018. Details of the transaction weren't disclosed. Management will stay on and retain a minority equity stake in the business, according to a statement provided to Bloomberg News. The Financial Times reports Rolls-Royce wins Qatar backing for mini-nuclear reactor project. Wall Street Journal headline: Chinese electric vehicles want to shock global markets next. Chinese electric vehicles are speeding ahead in the country in 2021. Next, they may want to make inroads overseas. Sales of new energy passenger vehicles in China, including plug-in hybrids, have nearly tripled from a year earlier in the first 11 months of 2021, according to the China Association of Automobile Manufacturers. And that is against a backdrop of a sluggish overall car market. New energy vehicles accounted for nearly a fifth of passenger car sales in November, compared with 6.2% for the whole 2020. Forbes headline: Centrus Energy and Clean Core Thorium Energy advance to next-generation nuclear fuel, Enel. Nuclear fuel supplier Centrus Energy Corporation and new innovative nuclear fuel designer Clean Core Thorium Energy have been working together under a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, signed earlier this year to promote an advanced nuclear fuel. The fuel combines thorium, Th, with high-assay, low-enriched uranium, HALEU, and is called Advanced Nuclear Energy for Enriched Life, or Enel. Today, Daniel B. Poneman, Centrus president and CEO, congratulated Clean Core and Texas on successfully fabricating the first sample pellets of this next-generation nuclear fuel. BBC reports Brafferton Solar Farm to power 8,000 homes plan approved. Plans for a £20 million solar farm, which it is claimed will produce enough energy to power 8,000 homes, have been approved. Durham County Council was told Lightrock Power's farm, near Brafferton and Newton Aycliffe, would save 12,600 tons of CO2 a year. The farm would be removed after 40 years, the council's planning committee was told. Plans for a similar farm at Sheraton Village, near Hartlepool, were rejected amid fears it would harm the landscape. Both plans had been recommended for approval by the council's planning department, although both were objected to by the Council for the Protection of Rural England, CPRE, which opposed the loss of agricultural land. EnergyLiveNews.com reports Engie and Equinor team up for Belgian hydrogen project. Engie and Equinor have announced a collaborative H2BE project to boost the Belgian low-carbon hydrogen market. The Belgian government released its hydrogen strategy at the end of October, and this new project will look to help realize its aims. H2BE will produce hydrogen from natural gas using carbon capture and storage (CCS) technology. The companies have stated the decarbonization rate of this process to be above 95% and will allow hydrogen to be produced on a large scale for affordable rates. They are considering Ghent as the area to build the site and hope to make it operational before 2030. PowerGrid.com reports California proposes reducing incentives for rooftop solar. California regulators proposed major changes to the state's booming residential solar industry Monday, including reducing the discounts homeowners with rooftop solar and storage systems get on their electric bills when they sell extra energy back to the power companies. California's successful program to get more people to put solar panels on their homes has been at the center of a fierce debate between the state's major utilities and the solar industry, and the California Public Utilities Commission's proposed reforms have been highly anticipated. This has been your AESH Electric Energy News Minute for Tuesday, December 21, 2021. If you want more global electric energy news and real-time alerts, hit the subscribe button now and follow us on social media.